All right, this year has absolutely gone by in a flash, and it seems very hard to believe that I'm saying goodbye to all of you wonderful fifth graders today. Every year at this time, Mrs. Bradley, Miss Logan, and I rack our brains about what to say, and every speech, no matter what its subject, always ends up saying the same thing. You're amazing, you're loved, and you're talented. So I wanted to change it up a bit. I guess like Miss Bradley did, but thinking of what I say quickly. And I decided to let what we've already done this year speak for me, and we'll see just how much these kids have learned. So, as you know, we read aloud in our classes pretty much every day, and one of our major standards in fifth grade is to analyze themes. Themes of books are supposed to teach us lessons that we can take with us into our own lives, where hopefully we learn from the trials of the characters and connect them to ourselves. This year, our class read 6 powerful books that I adore and love to read with children. So today I wanted to explain why I chose these books, to read with you, and my hope is that you embrace their themes with your whole heart. Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library is not just a fun book to read, but it also teaches us quite a bit. This book has many characters, but today I want us to think about Mr. Limoncello himself. Just as he was, we all need to embrace learning as something that is fun and exciting. Learning is a privilege that we very often as people take for granted. Be curious and develop an insatiable appetite for knowledge and for growth. Jonas, a boy who felt different and left out, became one of the most honored and important people within his community after being chosen as the new receiver. The Giver is a classic piece that speaks on many issues, but Jonas embodies the ideals of reflection and understanding. Once he began to learn the truth of the world, he sought out new understanding and began to think critically about the choices that he and his community members were making. We should all do the same. Individuality is what makes us special. We need to accept our differences and also accept the differences of others around us. Do your best not to simply follow the influence of others, but seek out your own passions to become the best person that you can be. Now, one of my absolute favorites that always brings tears to my eyes is a story about a gorilla that keeps a promise to a baby elephant. Ivan, who is a strong silverback gorilla, faithfully works and plans, I know, right, to keep a promise to his beloved elephant friend Stella. Ivan shows us how loyalty and love can be more powerful than steel bars and cages. When you make a promise, know that loyalty can have a very powerful effect. It can drive you to accomplish things that you never thought possible, like painting a picture of a zoo that truly speaks 1,000 words, even when you cannot. Setting goals is an essential part of growing. We must set goals and set our sights on the things that we strive to become, like Trigger, trying to become a potter. He worked tirelessly to show his worth to his master, and even when he made the most disastrous mistake that he could possibly make, he knew that his dream and the work that he did had merit, and he continued to finish what he started. Perseverance and determination are 2 things that will keep you going when you fall. The bottom line is that you, me, and everyone, thank you, Ms. Council, you, I, and everyone else in this room are going to make mistakes. But we must use those mistakes and failures to make ourselves better. Persevering through the hard times can seem impossible, but know that your life can change with only a single shard of your precious work. Now, we all love to laugh and have fun, but there are times in our lives where we will be unhappy, or even angry, and maybe even resentful at others. Billy Jo spent a long time being angry at her father and at herself. But what can we possibly learn from 200 pages of poetry about resentment? Think of the end. Spoiler. Think of the end where she begins to forgive, to understand, to empathize, and to accept her father's mistakes, and also accept that she was equally responsible for their conflict. Forgiveness and acceptance are 2 things that can seem impossible to do sometimes, but they have the power to change your life. Learn from the mistakes that Billy Joe made and speak openly about your feelings, reflect on your own actions, and embrace your talents. And finally, my favorite one is a story about growing up. Jeremy searched for the keys to open his dad's box. Lead him on a journey where he begins to learn how life is more than just peanut butter sandwiches and building time machines. The people that he meets and the lessons that he learns show how life is what you make of it. You choose your own path, and you tie knots in your own life string. Treasure the special moments in your life and understand how everything that you experience shapes your path. Be willing to start your adventure and ask the tough questions, as they will give you the understanding that you're searching for. You see, you thought read aloud was just so that we could get you to be quiet. Yeah. Books are very powerful tools. When you leave here today, I hope that you do not throw away the memories of this past year as just another school year, but that you remember our year as a turning point, a step on your path that is leading you to what you want to become, and that the lessons learned from these books are tools to help you along your way. I absolutely love each and every one of you, and I wish you so much happiness for your future. Let's give them these awards.